Upcoming European elections are a very important moment for our democracy, and I remember that 5 years ago the young people made a very important change. They were very present at the ballot boxes, that also because of the campaign that the European Parliament ran. What do you prepare for this year in order to convince young people to come out of their houses and vote?
Well, young people are key for us because what we are going to do in the European elections is for them, for their future. So we are investing in the future of young people. That's why it's very important that they are aware of what the European Union is doing and everything that we are doing for them. We have created with young people Youth Hub, a kind of networking amongst them. We have created a community that in English we call that together.eu. They are becoming our ambassadors to spread the message. We have passed legislation that affects also the life of people, young people, Erasmus program. We have also introduced the common charger. We have even starting the banning of unpaid traineeship, so a lot of things for them. This is key to embrace these young generations because in 4 member states the age will be reduced to 16 years old. In Belgium, Germany, Malta, they will vote, the younger generation.
Do you think that's decreasing the age of voting to 16 to all the member states would be a good thing to do for the politicians in the member states?
We are embracing this idea because, well, young people, 16 years old, some of them, they already pay taxes, they already contribute to the development of society. So why not letting them also to choose their future? I think it's a very legitimate request from the young generations, and we embrace this idea indeed.
But besides all the good things that European Parliament and European institutions have done for the citizens, we have our bad situations, we have our dark situations, I'd say, and we cannot avoid to speak about the corruption scandal in the European Parliament, Eva Kaili scandal, which I think affected the image of the European Parliament, despite the fact that the President managed very well this crisis. Maybe some European citizens will ask themselves, why should I go to vote that someone like Eva Kaili comes back and do the same things?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's a pity that a few or 1 or 2 member states can, I would say, disrupt the reputation of the European Parliament. I remember that at the time that happened, there were committees, meetings, there were members who were taking part in adopting important pieces of legislation. So the media attention focused on Eva Kaili, but not on the passing of important pieces of legislation. And there is, I think, a very important element. We learn a lot about this case, and immediately the President took measures to combat corruption, to improve the transparency of the European Parliament. Rules of procedure have changed. Now there are stricter rules on transparency, and MEPs have to declare who they are having interviews, who they are having meetings. So the reaction was quick and efficient.
We are in a very difficult situation now with war at the gates of Europe. And we have the situation that in the European Parliament there are members who are more or less openly Russia's agents. I am thinking of a Lithuanian or Letonian member of the Parliament, and now we have this troubling information that Spanish media discloses about Carles Puigdemont that was backed by Putin's regime for the secessionist movement that we remember of, and now he's a member of this house. What can be done that this kind of foreign influences could be avoided?
Well, We need to be aware that the war in Ukraine, the illegal war in Ukraine, is not only on the field, but there is a parallel war, a war of ideas, a war of fake news, of disinformation, which is equally important. What we need to do is to do our best to defend democracy and the European Union's values, in which this democracy is being funded. We have in the European Union a strong unity in condemning, in sanctioning Russia, and that's the main, I would say, one of the biggest I would say highlights from this legislature, the fact that all institutions, all member states have been united against Russia.
Romania Television is your partner, that's no doubt about that. So what could you do in the next period of time until the election in order to increase this this feeling that European democracy must be fought for and we must vote for?
One of the key elements in our strategy is to have media as our allies on informing the public about the importance and the impact the European Union is having in their daily lives. For us it's very important that we have very well informed citizens about the decisions that have been taken and the decisions that need to be taken in the future. We are being confronted to, I would say, troubled times. The declarations, the statements by Donald Trump are a bit worrying. We have not finished the construction of the European Union. There are still some high-level topics to be discussed in the future: climate change, how to integrate farmers in our future of the Green Deal. We have also huge topics on asylum, migration, the digital transition that needs to be still continued, finalized. So I will incite voters to go to vote, because we are investing in their future, and if you do not use your vote, others will do it.
In general, in Romania, European affairs are of lesser interest. Maybe the scandals are more interesting for the people, but European affairs are seen like foreign affairs. And I wanted to ask you, since you are in this media tour, if it's not high time that we consider European affairs domestic affairs, because we are part of the decision making, and people must understand this fact that Romania is a member state and participates in the decision making.
Yeah. In fact, European affairs are becoming more and more mixed with national affairs. Sometimes we don't know if this is a European or a national affair. To give you an example, more than 50% of the legislation adopted in Romania comes directly from legislation from the European Union. So what is being decided in Europe affects the daily life of citizens. And again, politics are becoming more and more mixed in terms of participation in the council debates. There are ministers from Romania taking part in that debate. Members elected democratically in Romania are being part of the European Parliament, in which the decisions are taken. So this distinction between European and national affairs is becoming more and more diluted in a certain way.
We are 4 months away from the elections, which will take part 6th, 9th June in all the member states. And I know that every 5 years you like to transform it into a festivity, into a show, the show of democracy. What are you preparing for this year, if you can disclose us a few elements?
Yeah, well, there are two big events we are organizing. The first is the debate between the lead candidates who will be on the top of their list, the parties, for becoming possible presidents of the European Commission. We are planning to organize these debates on the 23rd of May. This could be a very big moment for democracy. The second big event is the election days and night. We are going to transform our hemicycle in the European Parliament into a big press room, in which we are going to display the results coming from different member states. we cannot forget that this is not only Romanian elections. 27 member states are deciding at the same time the future of Europe. And in this heavy cycle we are going to display all the results. At the same time we are going to display the composition of the future of the European Parliament, and it's going to be an excellent exercise for media and for democracy itself.
We'll be there, and we can't expect to be there, and I'm sure that it will be a victory for our democracy. Thanks a lot for participating in our interview.
Thank you.